100%. I honestly can tell you, like, I played. Like, if you look at my ultimate, it's like I have over like 1,000 hours of Mewtwo alone. I'm not saying I'm that good. I'm just saying, like, even looking at it theoretically, people who don't think Mewtwo is a low tier are either people who have never played him, or people who love him so much, like Zerkai.
No, like
that guy's insanely good.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. And you go back to the tweet that we made, and I actually wrote it up. I took so many opinions on this before actually doing it.
That guy's the man.
And I just called him. I'm just like, yo, he's like the like a low tier hero.
Yeah.
In a sense.
I said
something. I said something around those lines. And people gave me a lot of crap for it. People were just like, Mewtwo's not low tier.
You know why?
This guy.
You know why?
Really? Their sponsor's going to call him out like that?
Everyone
and I'm like,
who says Mewtwo's not low tier are all people who don't play Mewtwo. I'm sure there are infinite people tweeting you.
I'll take that.
Or people that play Mewtwo diehard, but they don't go to tournaments.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a whole other crowd we're talking about.
There are a lot of crowds. Okay, we should probably get the match, but I'm just going to let you know now.
It's a character that we're not talking about
I will go
in
depth on why Mewtwo is low tier for sure. If you even put him on tier list, and you see how many characters you genuinely think he's better than, there's like 5. No, it's like 10. But
Okay.
Also, I don't want to expose the characters. The last thing to say. If people knew more about Mewtwo, they would know that a lot of things he does actually don't work at all. If they just literally looked into it for like 5 more minutes. And it would make him even worse than he already is. Okay, anyways.
Okay, continuing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves our other winner semi-set. Pink Fresh, you guys saw a little bit earlier on. Dexter, same thing. And yeah, cool stuff so far.
It's very interesting to see him start with Chrom here, considering that Zero Suit is his character. You know, that's his thing. And we thought, you know, he was getting to practice in the Chrom, when maybe try Chrom versus Pichu, but here we see him starting with Chrom. Not played as much as Pichu, but doing phenomenal. I mean, this is the #1 seed here. We see him popping off against, almost lapping in percent. Already at the first stock. I mean, it's
really Dexter usually wins these, right?
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I kind of took a glance and I'm just like, okay, I always see Dexter in that top tier.
Pink Fresh is very smart, though. I think that Pink Fresh has became amazing at every Smash game he's ever played. We don't know how much time it takes. This Ultimate is a very different game, so it's taking him, you know, he's been trying different characters. But once Pink Fresh has his stride, I feel like they've played enough in Smash 4 in this game so it comes to the point where it's not actually just like, you know, Chrom versus Pink Fresh or, you know, Dexter usually wins. It's like they've played her so much it becomes just like mental. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, of course.
They're used to Dexter. Like Pink Fresh is used to playing against Dexter, so he knows how to play against Dexter as a person.
Right, of course. But also, I mean, you say that, but you kind of went by the point of like, again, characters happen. I mean, a lot of time has passed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of time has passed since Smash 4. Pink Fresh used an entirely other character. Dexter also used an entirely other character in that game. And at this point, I mean, okay, first of all, that be actually coming back there is actually kind of saucy.
Yeah,
but
the
fact that yes, they can pick up certain patterns, but it shouldn't be that important. Of course, lots of improvements are going to happen. We haven't exactly seen Pink Fresh kind of get to the peak that he had in Smash 4, and we've seen a lot more of a come-up in Dexter, so both of these guys have been improving.
I think
a lot
Pink
of back
Fresh
and forth playstyles
changes
and whatnot.
They played so much, I think that Pink Fresh is confident against Dexter because he like, also knows him as a person. Like, you see how confident he is just running in and like attacking Dexter just straight up, just like knowing when he wants to dash back and stuff. Like, people usually aren't just aggro against Dexter because they're kind of afraid of him. But Pink Fresh knows that the way he's going to win seems to be playing the aggressive game. So.
So evening, you know, Pink Fresh, he had that lead, but Dexter definitely just kind of not letting Pink Fresh play the video game in that second stock really at all.
Yeah.
Just kind of attacking him off stage, always making Pink Fresh come back, you know, super close off stage. Pink Fresh actually coming back, just up being directly right back on, knowing that was really one of his only low frame moves. Just kind of pulls it out to at least get some spacing, get back on stage, but still nothing out of it. 127 so far on Pink Fresh, a back air, barely gonna hit, but it clanks. And ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, he weathered the storm. He did really good, coming off swinging, like not pun intended because of Chrom, but like actually like he came in really strong, really aggressive, and even after it wasn't like a fluke. It wasn't like, oh, he did it one time, because the second stock came in doing the same thing. Was up almost lapped in percent. I think one thing that Dexter has really well against Chrom specifically, it seems like Dexter has a really good understanding of where Chrom is off stage, and when he up Bs, that if he could hit him, if he could only hit him with the laser, if he could two-frame him with the forward tilt, or if he can like edge guard him. So I feel like Dexter knows, okay, if he up B's here, I can get this. If he up B's here, I can get this. So he's gonna get a lot of conversions every time Chrom's up stage, whether it's a kill or not. And now we see Dexter being more aggressive. I feel like they're both trying to out-aggressive each other. Especially knowing that Dexter's probably favored if they play defensive because that's just such a good defensive game.
Right.
Beating people's aggressive approaches by being aggressive first is very popular in high-level Smash. I know in Melee, even Armada's made videos on why he thinks the way to beat aggressive is to be aggressive first. But it seems to tell true in Ultimate, at least this game so far.
I feel like Ultimate is definitely more of a bait and punish.
Yeah.
You know, bait and punish heavy game, especially with the fact that there is just a large population of characters that have just struggle landing.
Yeah.
Just struggle with landing, and
on top of that, a lot of characters are good at sharking. So it really adds together to be pretty brutal in some scenarios.
So yeah, good trade-off there. Pink Fresh, at least, he was at a huge disadvantage already early on into that first stock. So the fact that he's taking this back already, you know, this just a micro interaction to say the least. That these two are just going back and forth. Dexter still keeping up the range at least a little bit, just trying to see what Pink Fresh is starting to react to. A little bit of pressure from Dexter. I mean, Dexter just double jumps, and Pink Fresh just off of that, just off of fear, rolls back in. A little bit of conditioning.
I think if Dexter gets Pink Fresh to be defensive, even if just for a second, he gets a lot of mileage off of it. Like, he got Pink Fresh came up really strong getting the first kill, and then directly after that, he had to be defensive to be invincible. And then Dexter just knew exactly what he was going to do. So they're swimming. I like this. Very even. I mean, this is as close as it gets right now. Dexter very smart there, just as fast as possible dash check there, so he couldn't react. He wasn't. There's no way that Pink Fresh was expecting it, so he knew where they were going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, up smash, that scoop hitbox. Taking it.
Solid composure for sure from Dexter to not really let Pink Fresh get any extra mileage after taking the first stock both games.
I mean, good composure to say the least, and I mean, it's the small things like, aw, dang.
Wow.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, no, Dexter keeping composure a little bit early on. Still, after when he was down at a deficit, he was still going for those baits, you know, really